When I was 12, my world was small but comfortable. Our little town wasn't the kind of place you saw in crime shows or horror movies. It was suburban perfection. Wide sidewalks, mailboxes with flowers planted beneath them, neighbors who waved even if you didn't know their names. People walked the dogs at night without carrying pepper spray, and parents left their kids playing outside until the streetlights came on. It was the kind of place where bad things simply didn't happen. Or at least that's what we all wanted to believe. That Saturday night was supposed to be special for me. My sister was at a friend's house. My parents were going out with their friends. And for the first time, I was old enough to stay home alone all night. No babysitters, no rules. Just me, my PlayStation 2, and a pizza. I was giddy with freedom. Before leaving, my mom pressed a crisp $20 bill into my hand. "Pizza," she said, smiling. "Don't forget to tip $4, and if you don't eat it all, wrap the rest in foil and put it in the fridge." She said it like I was a grown-up, like I was capable. I nodded seriously, promising I would. When the front door shut and their car pulled away, the silence felt like a gift. I didn't feel lonely. I didn't feel scared. I felt powerful. I turned on the TV, dropped onto the couch, and loaded Nightfire. The flickering screen filled the living room with bursts of light as I lost myself in secret missions and spy gadgets. The house creaked occasionally, the way old houses do when the air shifts, but I ignored it. For the first time in my life, I felt like I owned the night. After a couple of hours, my stomach reminded me of the $20 bill. I paused the game, picked up the old landline phone, and dialed Gianni's Pizzeria. "Large regular pie," I said proudly, trying to sound older. They told me 30 minutes. I switched games while I waited, loading Agent Under Fire, but kept glancing at the clock. My excitement wasn't for the game anymore. When the doorbell finally rang, I practically flew down the stairs. And that's when I saw him. The man holding the pizza box wasn't like the usual teenage delivery kids. He was older, maybe mid-30s, with a scruffy beard that looked like it hadn't been washed in days. His glasses reflected the porch light, but his eyes behind them looked tired. Or maybe not tired, something else. A black trucker's hat shaded part of his face. I opened the door just enough to take the box. "Thanks," I said, holding out the 20. He counted my change slowly, too slowly, his fingers fumbling with the bills. Then his eyes lifted, not at me, past me, into the house. "You alone here?" he asked. The question cut through me like a knife. My parents had drilled into me. Never tell a stranger you're alone. Always say no. Always. But I panicked. Number my parents are on their way home. I lied, too quickly. His eyes lingered on me. I felt like he didn't believe a word. I shoved the money into his hand, grabbed the box, and closed the door harder than I meant to. Through the thin wood, I thought I heard him chuckle. For a while, I forgot about him. I ate 3 slices, wrapped the rest in foil, and put them neatly into the fridge like Mom had asked. I even felt proud of myself for remembering. Then I went back upstairs and lost myself in Agent Under Fire. Time blurred. Explosions on the screen drowned out the creaks of the house. When I finally checked the clock, it was just past 11 p.m. That's when the doorbell rang again. Relief rushed through me. My parents were home early. I dashed down the stairs calling, "Mom? Dad?" But instead of my mother's warm voice, I heard something else. "Hey, I need help. Can I use your phone? I froze halfway to the door. The voice was unfamiliar, male, low. My skin prickled. Who is this? I asked, my voice cracking. I just need to use the phone, the man said again, louder this time. I stepped back. Every instinct screamed not to open the door. I can't help you, I shouted, then turned toward the stairs. That's when he banged on the door. A loud, sharp thud that rattled the frame. Wait, please, I need help. I spun back, my eyes shooting upward to the glass window at the top of the door, and I saw him. A silhouette, a head, leaning close, watching me. He had seen me when I turned. Our eyes met through the shadowed glass. Though I couldn't see his clearly, I knew he was staring. Cold fear spread through my body. I bolted upstairs, 2 steps at a time, and ran straight into my parents' room. The only upstairs phone was in their bedroom. My hand shook as I dialed my mom's cell. She answered groggily, voice slurred from wine. Hello? Mom? I whispered. Someone's at the door. He says he needs help. He won't leave. Her tone changed instantly. The drowsiness vanished. Listen to me, she said sharply. Did you talk to him? Does he know you're inside? Yes, I admitted, my voice cracking. Her silence was heavy, then urgent. Did anyone know you'd be home alone tonight? I thought of the pizza guy, the delivery man. He asked if I was alone. Almost as if on cue, the doorbell rang again, twice in quick succession. Mom, he's still there, I whispered, panic flooding my chest. Her voice was steel. Stay in my room, lock the door. We're calling the police right now. She kept me on the line, her voice calm but clipped, feeding me updates as she and my dad called 911. And then I heard it, the faint creak of the backyard gate opening. Mom, I whispered, my throat dry. He's going into the backyard. Stay quiet, she ordered. Do not make a sound. The police are on their way. I crouched in the dark, clutching the phone like a lifeline. My breathing sounded too loud, so I tried to hold it in. Each inhale shallow and shaky. For a moment, nothing. Then, creak, the unmistakable sound of the sliding back door. Then footsteps. Inside. My blood turned to ice. He's in the house, I choked into the phone. I heard my mom scream to the police through my dad's phone. He's inside the house, hurry! Hide, she commanded me. Under the bed. Don't make a sound. I slid beneath their bed, pressing myself flat against the floorboards, heart hammering so hard I thought it would echo. The footsteps downstairs were slow, deliberate, a predator exploring. Then they moved to the stairs. The creaking wood groaned under his weight as he climbed. Each step closer, closer. He stopped at my sister's room first. The door opened, silence. Then it shut. My room next. Another pause. The sound of him walking inside, pacing, searching. I clutched the phone, biting my lips so hard I tasted blood. Then, the footsteps came down the hallway. Toward my parents' room, the doorknob rattled violently. I flinched. He twisted it again, then knocked lightly. Just once. But he didn't speak, just silence. Then the knob rattled one last time before the footsteps slowly retreated. Back down the hall, back down the stairs, fading away into the house. I lay frozen, barely breathing, until my mom's voice said, "The police are there. Don't move yet." Seconds later, I heard it, heavy boots, radios crackling, and a man's voice calling my name. "Police, it's safe now." I crawled out from under the bed and unlocked the door with shaking hands. 2 officers stood there, guns drawn. More were downstairs. They hadn't needed to break in. The back door was wide open. The sliding window in the den had been left ajar. The officers asked me everything. I told them about the doorbell, the voice, the footsteps, and finally, the pizza man who had asked if I was alone. My parents rushed home, panic written across their faces. The police promised to investigate, but there wasn't much they could do. No fingerprints, no sign of forced entry. Whoever it was had simply slipped away into the night. The next night, my parents dragged me to Gianna's Pizzeria. They asked me to point out the delivery guy. He wasn't there. The manager insisted none of his drivers matched my description. When pressed, he said, "That sounds like Phil." But when he realized what we were suggesting, his expression hardened. "There's no way that was Phil," he snapped. "Now leave." We never ate there again. The police never found the intruder, but in my heart, I know. It was him, the pizza man. The one who looked past me into the house, who knew I was alone. The one who came back.